What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye BIack. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video. I don't know how this video is gonna come out, but I really wanted to speak on this and speak on Amanda Seales. I did a video a while back about why black females no longer support Amanda Seales, and lo and behold, I'm speaking about Amanda Seales again because it seems to me that a lot of people have turned on her. But make sure y'all like the video and share it. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit notification bell. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell. Okay. All right. Now, I've been looking at a couple different articles, and this is actually from about 5 days ago from me posting this video. And they spoke about Amanda Seales being rejected from a black Emmy party. And she went on her podcast to call out the publicist for Issa Rae. Now I want people to understand something, because this video is going to have a very deeper meaning. This video is going to get to the truth of why this situation is occurring. I think y'all already know why. But I just want to say this. If the publicist for Issa Rae doesn't want you anywhere near her party, you have to understand that Issa and other people on that show and their behavior afterwards pretty much confirms this. They don't like you, Amanda. Now, Amanda has become the adversary to a lot of black females on social media due to her stance about not putting the white man on a pedestal, and the fact that people believe that she's oblivious to colorism. That is two words to get you canceled by black females. Not putting Caucasian men on a pedestal and not speaking up about colorism. Even though I don't think I've ever heard, Amanda Seales disrespect the darker hued females. But you have those who are, no pun intended, insecure about how they look. They are really going at her. But I want to say this, though. I'm not a fan of Amanda Seales. Okay? I'm not a fan of her at all. I will never forget or forgive the fact that she literally almost destroyed the career of a black neurosurgeon because he rejected her. She has an issue with rejection. This is why she hopped on Instagram and said what she said. Okay? Now, I want y'all to understand something. I think that when you get rejected, when people have pretty much told you by their actions that they don't want you there, why are you there? That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. But I want y'all to understand something. When you're dealing with somebody like this, Amanda Seales, somebody who thinks that because she's speaking up for black people that she deserves a seat at the table, that's not how it works. In Hollywood, I don't care if you're talking about melanated Hollywood. I don't care if you're talking about Caucasian Hollywood, Jewish Hollywood, Hispanic, whatever. If you don't have good relationships with people, they're not going to accept you. You need to accept that. And I think she has an issue with rejection. This is why the situation happened with Maya Monroe due to rejection. And I feel like when she was rejected from that party, because I think this has happened almost twice. There was one time previous year she went to a party and she felt like she wasn't wanted. And then she goes here again and she's fully rejected. I think you have to, and then she was rejected in front of her castmates. Which shows you that they don't like her either. So there's something about her that people don't like. And I can see that because there are things about Amanda Seales I don't like. I think she is a panderer. I think she's disingenuous. I think she's one of these feminist-minded females who can't get a man. And they seek to rally women and rile up women to be outraged. And what happens is those same females end up turning on you. And you go to Instagram thinking that you're going to find comfort But then they end up pretty much telling you what I'm telling you, Amanda. If you're being rejected, Amanda, don't go to the party. Why are you going to go to a party that you're not welcome at? That doesn't make any sense. If they don't want you there, don't go there. But there are people, and unfortunately, there's a lot of melanated people that feel like they have to be somewhere where they're not wanted. And that's when you got situations where if you're not brought into, you have a situation with melanated people, like if Caucasian people don't accept them, they feel the need to shame them into accepting them, you know? And I think that what happens is we as melanated people, we feel like because we are speaking up and we're saying certain things that we automatically are going to be accepted by other blacks. That's not how it works. There's a lot of melanated people that just don't like each other. They don't like each other. You know, they all about the camaraderie when it comes to having a, you know, common enemy. But if you don't have a common, you know, person or people to be outraged at, you're going to turn on each other. This is what you're seeing from the hardcore left. You're seeing the same thing. And I think what Amanda has to understand is if you're not wanted, don't go there. Let's read a little bit from this Madame Noir article. It says, in an episode of The Side Effects of Professionalism Part 1, Amanda says she wanted to address the situation that went viral in order to process the damage. In doing so, she outed Issa Rae's publicist, Vanessa Anderson, as a woman who caused her so much drama 2 weeks ago. Vanessa is the woman who started the Black Emmy party to celebrate Black Hollywood, and according to Amanda, we are not friends. She has never been nice to me ever, she said. She always had a curtness, and she's always seemed to be bothered simply by my demeanor, my way of communicating with her, etc. At a certain point, it became, well, this is not someone I need to speak to because I don't work for her. She doesn't work for me. There's no reason for us to interact for all intents purposes, so we don't. However, they have to interact in one way or another for Amanda to gain access to the party. See, that's where you messed up, Amanda. See, that's the thing. You didn't go and try to, you know, squash whatever issues y'all had. You know, you only want to play nice when you want to get into that party. And I think this woman just said, no, you have to be cool with me. You have to be a buddy. You know, you can't just be somebody who, you know, we just cordial here and there and think I'm going to allow you in my party. What you got to understand is when these people put on these events, they want to feel bigger than they are. They want to feel important. This is a way for them to get back at the people that they don't like. And the people that they don't like, they're not going to allow them in those parties. And Amanda, you're one of those people. Okay? She recounted that at last year's Black Emmy party, which she came with Jill Scott to, she also had a hard time getting in. When she tried to get Vanessa's attention to fix the situation, she claims that the woman went off on her. Amanda, nobody has time for this right now, she claimed. Vanessa yelled out, I do not have time for this. Amber said she was confused, as were a number of other people, by Vanessa's response. Nonetheless, she was able to get into the party with the help of someone else. After the uncomfortable incident, she addressed Issa about Vanessa's issue with her, saying she's not nice, she's just nasty. She told Issa that there needed to be a layer of civility between them, at least. But Issa didn't feel it was her place to get involved. That's because Issa doesn't like you either. Issa tolerates you, but she probably doesn't like you either, Amanda. You tend to do that. You tend to alienate people. And I know people like that. They think they do nothing wrong. They take no accountability for the things that they've said and done. And they end up making more people dislike them. You know? Issa said, yeah, I mean, that's between y'all. She recounted, this is her party, so it's not my jurisdiction to tell her how to treat you at her party. Once again, this is the time when people get back at the people they don't like. They are the gatekeepers, quote unquote, and because they are the gatekeepers, they can decide who they want at their party and who they don't want at their party. She left it at that last year. Jesse Williams invited her this year at the HBO after party. She was telling all of the black folks she could find about Vanessa's party, thinking she would gain access again. As we now know, things didn't go as hoped. When she reached the door, the young woman Kiara said she couldn't come in and that she wasn't on the list. Now that's cold. That's they said we're not gonna let you in. Okay. Let's see. I saw Vanessa come outside and have a conversation with her, but I didn't think anything of it. She said it was interesting that this was happening because it seemed like an echo of the year before. Janet Jackson's manager even tried to get Amanda in, but they still said she wasn't on the list, and it was a no. That's when she first started to air her grievances on her Instagram stories. Actor Elijah Kelly ended up helping her find her way in, which the woman Kiara was not okay with. Amanda waved off the woman and tried to head towards the table for insecure cast members, and before she knew it, security came up to her and told her that she needed to be escorted out and that it was Vanessa who said she needed to leave. What a way to embarrass somebody. But again, you set yourself up for this. They did not want you there. It's obvious that the cast didn't want you there, because if Issa Rae wanted you at this party, she could have told this woman to just let you in, but she didn't, because she doesn't like you either. And there was a male cast member who came out and he responded and he went at her. So I can tell a lot of those guys don't like her. She made a fool of herself. Why were you so desperate to be a part of these parties? You have to be seen. Amanda, you could probably start your own parties. Maybe. But I guess she thought she was a part of the team because she's on the show Insecure. But she got her wake-up call that these people don't like you, and just because somebody looks like you, have the same skin tone as you, does not mean that they're good people, does not mean they're going to accept you. Because I see melanated people trash each other every single day, disrespect each other every single day. They don't have any respect or loyalty towards each other at all. So you definitely put yourself in a position to get embarrassed. If they did not want you there, go to the other Emmy parties, okay, where there ain't a lot of Negroes. You might have a better time. You know. Let's see. She wouldn't leave until she spoke with Vanessa and was told to leave, where the cops were going to be called by the melanated male general manager of Avenue, the venue where the event was held. Aside from being dumbfounded about the situation, Amanda says she also was upset that no one tried to step in to help. I'm also seeing people seeing this happen and they're doing nothing, she said. If I saw this happening to someone, I would have been all up in that. You know what? For the record, nobody made a ruckus for me, she added. She noted that the event was supposed to be a safe space for black people, so for it to not be that for her, and the fact that no one intervened to help her, caused her to have an emotional reaction. Yeah, you think? It was wildly humiliating. I bet it was, Amanda, because once again, you weren't invited, but you went anyway. And you're talking about safe spaces. If you want a safe space, stay home. These people don't like you. And now you see that. Now you see the truth. None of them like you. But again, you're doing whatever it takes to continue to get, your opportunities on the show. And I understand you don't want to burn any bridges, but you have to have some type of self-respect and stop being, a fame seeker, because that's what it seems like. Because anybody else would have had some type of dignity to say, you know what, I'm not going to put myself in that situation, but you put yourself in a situation anyway. Still, people on IG told her that she was being childish and that she couldn't have been shocked that Vanessa didn't want her at her party if the two didn't get along. She didn't agree. The party was not at her house. This was not a personal event. This was not a birthday party. It was not a naming ceremony. This was a Hollywood party for black entertainers and contributors to Hollywood, she said. So by nature of that, I am part of that industry and should be there celebrating with my community. Amanda, there is no community. A lot of those people have biases. A lot of those people want to be partying with the Caucasians. They don't really want to be at that party. They're there because, again, they're accepted. They feel like a big deal. But I think, again, a lot of melanated people don't like each other. And I think this woman didn't like you. It may have been comments that you've made. It may be how you talk to people and speak to people. You just, everywhere you go, you make enemies. And I think that you need to take a really hard look in the mirror and search for accountability. And I think that's where you will find the answers that you seek.